Welcome to Bed Crime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, bed crimers. As always, I wish you the best. To anyone new here, a warm welcome. Thank you for checking out my channel. Let me just ask that after listening to or watching this video, if you learned something or enjoyed it, please do me a favor and smash that like button. Now, let's dig in. According to Fox News Digital, Idaho suspect Bryan Kohberger once boasted on a security job application he made with the Pleasant Valley School District in 2015 about his daily boxing routine. He also described how he cut fish and worked as a meat wrapper. So this is the application Kohberger filled out for the job he landed as a security officer for the school district. This application holds many little nuggets of fascinating information about Bryan Kohberger. Kohberger noted on the application that his special skills include rigorous punching workouts and a year of youth law enforcement training. Kohberger wrote, "I boxed after school every day at the Jesse Harris Boxing Gym on 209 next to Big Cheese Pizza when it was still open. I also attended a year of the law enforcement program and a year of HVAC at MCTI," end quote. So MCTI is an acronym for the Monroe Career and Technical Institute, and it's an extension of Monroe County's 4 school districts. On its website, it says it provides tuition-free career and technical education for secondary students of Monroe County. Kohberger attended this institute for half days in high school. By filling out this application, Kohberger was trying to land a job as either a fill-in janitor, courier, or security guard for the Pleasant Valley School District in his Pennsylvania hometown. Note that this is the same school district where he attended school, and it's also where both of his parents worked. His father, Michael, was a maintenance man there, and his mother, Joanne, was a teaching assistant. Per the employment history Kohberger shared on the application, he had 2 previous jobs. One was at the Big Brown Fish and Pay Lakes. That job was in 2011, and he worked there for 7 months. That's the place where he learned how to fillet fish. You may recall that the owner said that after Kohberger proved not terribly social or good with the customers, he gave him the task of filleting fish, a position that did not require him to interact to a great extent with the patrons. Kohberger described the work at Big Brown Fish and Pay Lakes as follows: "I cut the fish to the specifications of the customer." Kohberger's second previous position was in the butcher and produce departments at BJ's Wholesale Club in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and that was in 2015. And I get some chills on my arm saying that because, 1, does this mean Kohberger was chopping up meat at that store? And 2, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania is the town where mother Dana Smithers disappeared and was later found deceased in a wooded area. The police have said Kohberger is not connected to Smithers' death, and I believe them, but it's just weird seeing that town pop up in this application. Stroudsburg is 30 miles from the town where the Kohberger family lives, and that is Albrightsville. It takes about 34 minutes to drive from Albrightsville to Stroudsburg. Does this mean that Kohberger was well acquainted with this small town? Did he make any friends there? Kohberger described the work he did at BJ's like this: "I did multiple things here, mostly the meat wrapping and produce positions. I made sure tags were correct, prices were matching on the outside shelves. I stocked the shelves with meat products. I unstocked the shipment that came in overnight about 3 or 4 times a week." On the application, Kohberger added that he did some side work for his father, a district maintenance worker, learning how to do pipe work and HVAC. He wrote, quote, "I'm capable of what is considered pipe work. I can solder, attach pipes, and do some basic HVAC. I learned how to do more HVAC, MCTI, and I learned how to patrol and do basic security procedures from my year in law enforcement. I was a boxer and am still a runner. I believe dedication and perseverance are the most important skills learned from my activities. I lost 130 pounds at age 15 into age 16 while attending school at Pleasant Valley High School and MCTI. I believe this is proof that I have the required dedication to be successful. End quote. So now we know that Kohberger lost not just 100 pounds, but 130 pounds. That's like a whole person. And he did it at age 15. One of his friends had said he got into boxing. So I'm assuming between boxing, running, and likely lowering his caloric intake, Kohberger eventually melted off those 130 pounds. What this application tells me is that Kohberger was quite ambitious as a young kid. Not all high school students get jobs. It also tells me that he has a great deal of perseverance. You don't lose 130 pounds like he did without perseverance, and you don't keep it off without perseverance. Sadly, it looks like he may have used his fish cutting skills and time spent in the meat department honing other skills that may have served him well if he is the person responsible for the vicious quadruple attack on Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle. Until the next time on Bed Crime Stories. Hey, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, consider a membership. Check me out on Spotify under the name Carnage Street, and I'll see you next time.